Hi everybody, I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I made a blog. I've just been really busy, but I have been keeping up with my Insanity workouts, and since I just completed another fit test, I thought that I would share with everyone my results and my new measurements. But I'm not going to put up any new pictures because I only have 2 weeks left of Insanity, and I really want to wait and do my after pics as my next round of pictures, because I feel like that'll just give the most drastic contrast if I just go from, if I go the whole max month without taking any pictures, because I know I'm seeing such great results. So let's get started with the improvements that I've seen. We'll start with my fit test. My fit test for switch kicks. I started out on day 1 with 60 switch kicks. In my third fit test, which was the one before the one I just took, I did 85, and in this one that I just took, I did 96. So I've improved by 36 in the switch kick category, which I'm pretty happy with. I don't know how Tanya does 112 in the video, because I just don't feel like there's even enough time. It's not that I run out of energy, it's that I run out of time. Next is power jacks. I'm pretty excited about this number. I started out on day 1 with 40. On day 36, so my last fit test before this one, I did 61. And then finally in this most recent fit test, I did 72. So I've improved by 32 on power jacks. My goal for my last fit test is to try to get 80. If I can get 80, that means I doubled my day 1 total, which I think would be great. Next, power knees. On day 1, I did 82. Last time, I did 112. And this most recent fit test, I was able to crank out 123. I'm a little nervous about the next fit test because I'm just not sure if I can improve on that number anymore. I feel like I went as fast as humanly possible, but I guess I'll just have to go faster next time. Power jumps. I was so psyched about this power jump number because I absolutely hate power jumps. I've said it from day 1. I hate them. They're terrible. But after 2 weeks in the max month, I feel like I am so much better at them, which shows in my numbers. In day 1, I did 20. In the last fit test, I was able to do 42. And on day 50, this one I just did right now, I was able to do 55 power jumps. 55. If you've ever done a power jump, you know that's a lot of power jumps, especially in 1 minute. Next is globe jumps. This was one of those ones, I think I was so exhausted from doing 55 power jumps that I was only able to get 14, which is the same number I got on the fit test before this one, but it's still a good improvement over my day 1 where I only got 8. So I'm hoping that next week I'll be able to crank out 16, and again that'll be 100% improvement over my day 1. So I would be pretty happy with that. Next is suicide jumps, and for some reason in the fit test I find these to be the hardest thing to do. I think it's because they're the next to last, or they're next to last on the workouts, and the power jumps and the globe jumps just take so much out of me that by the time I get to the suicide jumps, I'm really tired. But on day 1, I did 15. On day 36, I did 20. And this fit test I just did, I was able to do 22. So I did 2 more, which is a small improvement over day 36, but an improvement nonetheless. It shows that I'm able to really push myself. Next is push-up jacks. And the thing with push-up jacks, it's like I know that if I just did push-up jacks, I could do so many more than I do in the fit test, but I'm so tired by the time I get there that it makes it really difficult for me to really do as many as I could do if I started with push-up jacks, let's say. But on day 1, I did 20. Day 36, I did 32. And on this past fit test, the one I just did, I did 35. So I'm still improving slowly but surely. I really hope at the very end to be able to do 40. That would make me really happy. And again, that would be a 100% increase over day 1, which I would be really, really happy with. Low plank oblique. I stayed the same as the last fit test I did, but I'm okay with that because I feel like my number was really high from the last fit test, and I was actually afraid I wasn't going to be able to duplicate that. But on day 1, I did 45. On day 36, I did 101. And on day 50, I also did 101. So, like I said, even though I didn't improve on that one, I was tired from the whole fit test, and I feel like that number is pretty high anyway. So, I'm okay with not improving. Alright, next, let's move on to measurements. We're just going to go from day 1 to right now for the measurements. My neck, day 1 was 13.5 inches, right around here. And now I'm at 12.5 inches. So if you look, I mean, losing a whole inch off your neck, I didn't know I had a big neck before, but apparently I did. My chest, I started at 38 inches, and now I'm down to 36. My right arm, I started at 13.5 inches, and now I'm down to 12 inches, which I'm so happy about because I've always thought in pictures and stuff, you know, when you turn to the side and you accidentally have your arm like pressed against your body instead of out, and your arm looks huge and ruins the whole picture. I feel like that's totally what happens to me in every picture. So losing an inch and a half off my arm is huge. My left arm, I started at 13.25 inches, and now I'm down to 12 inches. Again, loving it. My waist, I'm so excited about this. I started out at 31.5 inches, and I am down to 27.5 inches. That is 4 full inches off my waist. And my goal when I started Insanity was 28 inches, and I'm already a half an inch under my goal. I'm just so happy about that. My hips started out at 38 inches, and I am down to 34 inches. Again, 4 full inches off my hips. My pants are all too big. It's great. My butt, I started out at 40 inches, and I'm down to 37.5 inches. I think I'm always going to have a big butt. It doesn't really matter what I do, but I'm okay with that. As long as it looks good with the rest of my body, that's all that matters. But I still have lost 2.5 inches, which is great, and I still have 2 weeks to go. My right thigh started out at 24.75 inches, and now I'm down to 22.5 inches. So that's more than 2 inches off my thigh, which I'm also really happy about because my legs, I'm always kind of self-conscious about them. I feel like I have big legs, but to lose a little bit off of there makes me feel really good. My left thigh started out at 25 down to 23. Again, that's 2 whole inches off my thigh. My calves, I started out at, my right calf was 15.5, and it's down to 14.75. And my left calf started out at 15, and it's down to 14.75. I didn't really think I had fat calves to begin with, so I feel like I wasn't really expecting to lose a whole lot off my calves. I've always had kind of muscular calves, and I think I'm always going to, so it's just kind of the way it is. My body fat percentage is pretty exciting. I started out at 30.23%, and now I'm down to 20.95%. That's almost a full 10% loss, which is so. I mean, I went from more of the higher risk body fat percentage down into the, athletic female body percentage, and I'm sure that will still go down even a little bit more in these next 2 weeks. My BMI has gone from 26.2 to 24, and my weight has gone from 152.4 pounds to 139.8 pounds. This is the first time in 7, maybe 8 years that I've ever seen the first 2 numbers on the scale be 1, 3. I was smiling from ear to ear this morning when I stepped on the scale, which doesn't all the time happen when you step on a scale. So I really couldn't ask for better results, and I'm super excited to see what the next 2 weeks brings for me. So I probably won't vlog again until the very end, so that'll have more fit test results, more measurements, pictures, all of those kind of things. So I hope that you guys tune in 2 weeks for my final Insanity blog. Thanks. Bye.